Hey guys, so good to have you here. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jess Nunez. Now, as you guys can tell by the title, I am going to be reviewing the Fenty Beauty. This is all I have from the collection, and I'm a little sad and upset with myself because I should have got more. I know. So the collection came out Friday, September 8th. I went to Sephora on Saturday, so not the Friday, but on Saturday, and I got the foundation. This isn't a first impressions video for me. This is more just my 2 cents on the product, what I think of it, why I'm going to recommend it to you, because I am going to recommend it. Some of the reasons why I went to go get this foundation is, first of all, and I have to say this, I'm so proud of her and I'm so happy to see a beauty line have this extension for a lot of girls. She came out with 40 shades. Can we give her a round of applause? 40 shades, like that's a lot for a company. She literally has every undertone. The color I got is 230. I believe it's neutral. Sometimes I have the problem of picking up a neutral foundation and it's either too pink or too yellow. It's never in the middle, and I can tell you wasn't the case with this foundation. So I think the packaging is super cute. It's super slick. It says it's a pro filter soft matte longwear foundation. I love me some liquid matte foundation, but I'm not crazy about the cake. Okay, for example, the Kat Von D Beauty Lock-It foundation, that one is extremely heavy for me. If I could dilute that one, this is what this would be. I would compare it to that, like the Lock-It foundation, but diluted and 100 times better. We're gonna dive right in. I did use a moisturizer, and it's from Amberlease, and this moisturizer is for dehydrated skin. I don't have dry or dehydrated skin, but since it's meant for dry and dehydrated skin, it really hydrates the skin. I also used Pure Vitamin E. It doesn't get any better than this. If your skin is dehydrated, it just needs a little bit of that extra help that moisturizers doesn't give to the skin, this I would definitely recommend. A few drops of this when you wake up, before you go to bed, on your cuticles, any dry areas in your skin, anywhere, is honestly, it's really good. I also use my Fast Response Eye Cream. I like to be super hydrated before I do any makeup, any concealer, any foundation, anything with my makeup. I need to be super hydrated and moisturized. So she looks like this. She's in a glass container, and it's kind of see-through, the container. It just says Fenty Beauty with like a nude creamy lettering. The cap, it's super slick. It's a pump. Can we give it up for the pumps? I love pumps. Like, if a foundation doesn't come with pump, I'm like, what the heck? What am I supposed to do? What? It also just says shake well. Sometimes we forget to shake our foundations, and they need to be shaken. So I like that it reminds you. It's medium to full, so it's, you can build it up. The foundation retails for $34. Can we just collab for that too? Like, $34? Some foundations are way more than $40. This wasn't even $40 with taxes. Yes, please. Thank you so much. I do have to say though, it does oxidize just a tiny bit. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks on my hand, because it settles into the pores in such a way that I've never seen a foundation do before. And I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's dry. Okay, so I took a picture, and I'll insert it so you guys can see what it looks like, but it does oxidize just a tiny bit. I'm going to apply this foundation on with a brush, and I'm not going to use my beauty blender until after I apply all of my foundation evenly with the brush. A damp beauty blender, you guys, help not suck up all the product. It already expanded as much as it can go. If you have it damp, it will absorb less product. So I would really recommend to use a beauty blender just to make your last blending touches. I'm going to use the Porefessional Primer for this. I like this one because, as you guys are going to be able to tell, I'm a little less shiny. So I don't know if you can see, this side is like so shiny. A little less shiny. Let me start putting it on because I'm like talking a lot. You guys, let me tell you. So I went to go get this foundation. There's this girl right there, and I was asking for some help just because I was thinking, oh, maybe, you know, a lot of the stuff is already gone and she can help me match my skin tone. sometimes I get a little crazy and want to buy like a darker foundation than I should, and I end up returning them. So I was like, I'll just get some help for this one, you know. I call the girl over and automatically I can smell her. She smells so good. Like, she smells soft. I don't know if that makes any sense, but she smelled very like a soft fragrance, but still so pretty and so elegant. Like, that's like the only way I can define it. And I just loved her smell. I never asked her what it was. Yeah, she helped me, whatever. I get home with the foundation and I'm like playing with it, putting it on. Tell me why all of a sudden I just start thinking of the girl, and I'm like, why am I thinking of her? I was thinking of her because she freaking smells like the foundation, and it wasn't even her. Oh, it was her, but it was the foundation. The foundation smells so bomb. Like, it smells so amazing that honestly you will smell like the foundation all day because it's on your face. So I really like that. It's a very attractive smell. It smells elegant, it smells expensive. I do have to tell you guys that since it's a matte foundation, it does dry pretty quick, so I would say work in areas. So that's why I'm taking like half pumps. I'm not even pumping the whole thing, I'm just taking half pumps and working in sections, because this foundation, it does dry a little quick, and that's normal because it's a matte foundation. Spreads so evenly and so easy. Like, you guys, this is covering up all my blemishes. You can still see skin. So I'm going in now. I call this my second layer. I mean, I'm doing half pumps. Don't need that much. The best way I can also describe this foundation, you guys, is like velvet on the skin. Some foundations sit on your pores and they kind of like hug the pore, where it makes your pores look bigger. This like sinks in. It's heavy like that, but at the same time it's just creamy as well. I have not been using the Porefessionals. This is my first time using the Porefessionals with the foundation. I've been using my Cover FX anti-aging primer. I really like this primer, but it is oily type of primer. That's how I would describe it, because it's a little bit more conditioning. It's not mattifying, and this one is a lot more mattifying. It really minimizes the pores, which it has to do with the silicone in it, which is fine. I like it, but since I already have oily skin, this foundation makes it matte. I would want, in my preference, to keep my skin oily, which is why I use a moisturizer, an eye cream, and then an oil to really have my skin really hydrated enough so that the matte foundation just glides on my skin even better. And I think that's the best use out of this. So going forward, I won't be using the Porefessionals to wear this foundation, because I feel like when I apply it, it's making marks. Yeah, you guys, I'm not going to use the Porefessionals. It's too much matte on matte. This foundation really needs a base where it's moisturizing to the skin, because if you just are doing matte on top of matte on top of matte, I feel like it's going to be like a liquid lipstick when you layer and layer and layer, and then it'll start get patchy and cracky. I'm going to finish the rest of my face and I'll be back. This foundation is super sensitive to touch. So I use Ready Set Radiant. I use this as my finishing spray. And this too smells so good. Right away, grab a beauty blender and pat everywhere that mist touched, because you guys, I sprayed it on and I went to go do a client for makeup. Tell me why my foundation looked horrible. It looked like I had sprayed on the setting spray and it just stayed in place. Like the little water drops were everywhere on my face. So this foundation is super sensitive to touch, and I did realize that because when I was in school earlier today, I usually sweat through my mustache and like my chin and a little bit on my sides of my nose, kind of like in my eyebrow up here area. I grab a tissue and I just kind of pat the sweat away. The foundation was still separating. It was still leaving patchy areas around my face to where I dried myself. You have to be super careful on how you approach this foundation. I don't think it's really a lot to handle or high maintenance type of foundation. It's like any foundation. If you sweat, it's gonna go away or whatever. It's not permanent. It doesn't stick for long hours, but it is a beautiful long lasting foundation, if that makes sense. sense, and I think it does, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because sometimes I just spray my face and I'm good to go, but not with this foundation. I would really advise you guys to use a beauty blender and help set that setting spray into the foundation a little bit. I'm gonna use the Desi x Katie collection with Dose of Color, the Fuego highlighter. It's honestly my obsession. I didn't get Trophy Wife, which is the really true gold highlighter from the Fenty collection. I just feel like it wouldn't really look good on my skin tone, and I kind of like highlights not to like camouflage, but I like them to be settled into my skin to where it's just like a beam of light, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense to you guys? I feel like that makes sense in my head, and then I'm not sure if I'm coming across as what I want to come across. I really love this highlighter. I literally use it every day. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I'm using this. Ooh, okay. Jess, stop it. So I recently purchased this lip liner from Maybelline, and it's called Nude Whisper. And at first, it looks like just a nude color, but I think it has glitter in it. I'm not really a fan of that. It just took me off guard that this had glitter in it, but I really like the shade. You can't really tell that there's glitter in this, by the way. So yeah, this is from Maybelline. It's the color Nude Whisper. I would really recommend it because I have really pink lips and it just neutralizes them. For my topper, I'm just gonna use the Desi x Katie lip gloss over the top. Just gonna pat it on. Final thoughts, my final and last thoughts about this is that this is my new favorite. I'm obsessed. I'm living for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the foundation. If you guys like matte foundations, this is the perfect matte foundation. Like, come on Fenty. It smells amazing. I can't get over how good I smell. I'm not saying don't wear perfume because I love wearing perfume, but honestly with this foundation you might not even have to, because it smells so good. Like, even if you don't pump it, this smells good. So imagine when you pump it and it's on your face, lingering on your skin all day. Like, I love it. I love the packaging. I love how elegant, heavy, expensive it feels without the expensive price. I love the way it sits on the skin. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. I really love it. You guys, I'm wearing this every day. And if you don't believe me, head over to my Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat, add me on Snapchat, let's be friends, and we'll talk about this foundation every day. Love it, love it. It's definitely Jess Nunez approved. Thank you guys for allowing me to be on your screen again. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.